Welcome back, everyone. Stock Mo here with you, and we are going to dig into what is happening out there in the world of investing. And of course, we have a lot going on. We are talking major information coming out of DC with the government shutdown. Where do we stand with that? They have a ninth vote scheduled, I think, right now as I speak, in terms of trying to get this thing open. Doesn't look like anything's going to change, more of just nothing. And that is where I want to talk, because you're also seeing BlackRock come out making some statements that I thought were very pro crypto. A lot different from years ago when it was a little less optimistic, if you will. And I'm talking about Bitcoin on this one. So we got a lot to cover. I'll go over the portfolio as well. My portfolio, where I am trying to take $2 million and turn it into $10 million. We had a lot of red over the last few days, but the crypto or the portfolio is still marching higher in terms of where we started and where we're at, and I'll give you an update on that. This is it. Today is the last day for those who have not taken advantage of it. We're down to just a couple of hours. Actually, before the end of today, I will have the prices all changed for the membership, and we are introducing something new, another add-on that we've been doing. But the membership link is right here. Click the first link underneath the description. If you're in a phone, you got to hit the more underneath the video. It says more. Once you click that, you'll be brought over here and you can go ahead and sign up for the earner tier. You get 50% off your first month. It's a huge opportunity. Code Moon, but it should be automatic. Today's the last day for this. We got a couple hours left. After that, the increase is going to be minimum 40% higher. It actually could be more. But you're grandfathered in. If you signed up today or before, you're grandfathered in. You don't have to pay the higher amount. If you wait until after today, you have to do the higher amount. On top of that, the 20%, the first time we've ever been able to offer this expires at the end of today as well. But if you'd like to lock in the best offer we have, click that button right there and you'll do a 20% off your annual membership and you're grandfathered in. Like I said, you'll be paying $39, where the new price will be minimum $69, possibly even higher. We have yet to make up that final decision. We're doing that today. But you'd be grandfathered in, so don't worry about it. Second link down below does get you over to the 4-step framework where you can learn how to learn the technical analysis from me in a 1-hour webinar. Both links right there. All right, let's go ahead and talk. Let's talk shop. I'm going to start with the portfolio. There's a lot going on, too. So the portfolio, watch how much this changes. 26,000 to 27,000 down for today. Now, we started at $2.231 million in this portfolio when I brought it to YouTube. I also had some crypto holdings and everything else. We are now at 2.345 million. In other words, this portfolio, since I've been showing you the moves, even though we have had a ton of red in the stock market, in the crypto markets, this portfolio here is still up 1.24. So we got $124,000 up here, $100,000 up from the crypto. So we're up $224,000 live in front of everybody. And yes, I'm feeling the pain just like everyone else. I don't want to see this drop down to where I started for sure. But I sold at the top, bought at the bottom, sold at the top again on the crypto prices, bought back down at the bottom, and just rinse and repeat. Now we're on the third stage of that, I believe, and we are trying to get that buy at the bottom, ride it up. But sometimes when you're trying to time that bottom, you have a black swan event, such as, and you guys can take a look at where the portfolio is at right here. Lots of good stuff in here. We got the crypto on here. We got some treasuries. We got the value stocks. We got a good mix. But I am heavy in crypto because I believe Q4 will give us some really good positive catalysts. But there is one thing standing in the way of all that, and that's what I want to talk about today: the government shutdown. Senate vote on, there it is, ninth time. It just released the ninth time they are trying to vote on it, has failed yet again. That is breaking. So they're trying to open it. It's not happening. And as long as the government is closed You have a lot of things that I'm waiting for in terms of the spot ETFs, the SEC actions, the government with the Clarity Act, all these things just kind of on pause. And that's one of the things that cannot happen for that run to start. So for everyone watching crypto, and we're going to go over the technical analysis of this, this is one of the things I wanted to tell you. You gotta remember that the price predictions and the charts that I bring to you, and they are pure fire. The charts, I would argue, are absolutely the best out there on YouTube, bar none. But I have also been very clear that if we have a black swan event that comes in and disrupts the current flow of these charts, you absolutely could see a pullback. And what is that right now? We know what it is. The government shutdown. You have that happening. You have a lot of whales that de-risk until it's over. Then after it's over, you go ahead and see new money coming back in. The risk is gone. Spending's all happy. Everybody's happy-go-lucky. But the problem is they don't know how long this is going to go. Is it going to be a record breaker? November 1st is a big key deadline. You got the healthcare, you got the insurance stuff, you got military wants paid. We got all kinds of things that want done, and I know they're trying to find ways. And until it's done and it's finished and the government is open for business again and all the departments in the government are roaring, including the SEC, moving forward, then you're going to have some risk. And the one thing people don't like is risk. But that's the downside. That's the downside for those who are investing in crypto. That's what we're looking at. This is temporary. It's not like they're going to close the government forever. That's not going to happen. And so that gets me into the positives. The positives. Once we get through this, is this a buy the dip moment, or could it become something much, much worse? And as much as I want to believe that this is a buy the dip kind of moment, you never know how serious the whales get in de-risking. And you might look at a guy like me and say, man, his charts are fire. He knows what he's doing. He studies the macroeconomic situations around the world. But at the end of the day, I don't control the buy and sell habits of the whales who control the pricing of assets. And that is why I like the candles. The candles in the technical analysis give me the information I need, as well as my fundamental analysis, to make the correct decisions. Well, that moves us into some positive things. Then I'll get into the charts. Take a look. So you have Jerome Powell out there. Strongest hint yet that we know that rate cuts are coming. They're pricing in 2 different rate cuts. We got one in October, 97% chance, and then the one in December, put it together with the one in October, we have almost a 95% chance of both rate cuts happening. I believe they are going to both happen. A lot of that revolving around jobs getting a little bit weaker, and so they're trying to counter that. That moves us into, what's that got to do with my crypto, Mo? Well, what you get with these rates getting cut is about 30 to 60 days later, you'll start to see the crypto assets get a little bit of love from rate cuts. It's always a lagged kind of effect. So they cut the rates, then crypto 30 to 60 days start to get the benefit of that. And of course, that's going to take a little bit of time. That moves us into Q1 for that December cut. That could get into January, February before it's fully priced in. And that's the good news. So we got some good things to look forward to through Q4. Once the government shutdown's done, the SEC gets back, everything's starting to roll again. So by the end of this year, I think you'll see all that. Once again, I don't know. Could we have a government shutdown that lasts all the way to the end of the year? You never know. You really, really never know. And so that's what I mean about a black swan event, something that you cannot predict that happens. I.e., for example, could this be the longest shutdown in the history of the government? Possibly. That's something I wouldn't have predicted, but there you go. Now, moving into that, we have right here, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink now believes Bitcoin serves same purpose as gold, which is a big statement because if you go back in the time, recent interview, Fink admitted that back in 2007, he considered Bitcoin to be mostly used by criminals. He openly acknowledged calling it an index of money laundering. He changed that view dramatically. He compares today Bitcoin to gold. Not a replacement for traditional investments, but as something that could sit alongside them in a well-diversified portfolio. And I agree. As time goes forward, different things change. And I like the fact that he's willing to come out here and talk about that. But that's a big statement because he leads BlackRock, which you guys know they have trillions and trillions of assets under management. They absolutely are huge in terms of the investing world. Now, all this being said, you also have gold extends their record run past 4,200 on rate cuts. Well, Bitcoin, in my opinion, has not kept up. I think Bitcoin will see some love as we go forward in the next 6 to 12 months. I don't think it'll take that long for Bitcoin to get that run. Right now, because of what I've talked about earlier, you're seeing a stalled run. You're seeing a little bit of profit taking. You're seeing de-risking. And that gets us to the charts. So as we get into the charts and we're all wondering what's going on, I'll start with what I warned you already. We got Ethereum. Retested the 50 EMA, retested the 50 EMA, failed. And now this is on the daily candles. We're coming back down. We are back underneath the 5 EMA. We're back underneath the 13 EMA and back under the 50 EMA. This is bearish. RSI coming in at 43, bearish. Everything is bearish and confirmed bearish. The line in the sand for me personally, and I definitely don't want to see this, 37.50. If we confirm below 37.50, I will have to put my tail between my legs, take the hit, and start de-risking as well. Because this, to me, would mean new lower lows. Got a low here back in August 20th. Move forward, we got a new lower low September 26th. Moving forward, a new lower low October 12th. And if somehow we dip and confirm below there, that would be another fourth new lower low on the daily candles. And enough for me to say, look, this is something bigger than I would want. And I would have to de-risk. It wouldn't mean getting out of all my cryptos, but I definitely lower the amount until I saw a reversal, confirmation, and then I would load up. And that's the beauty of how I do things. I'm not a diamond hand kind of trader. I do swing trade, and I have been extremely successful in doing that, so much so I share that on the YouTube channel here live in front of you. And like I said, up over $200,000 in roughly 11 weeks, even with all this red. So I'm going to continue to do that for you. Move into Bitcoin to show you the Bitcoin charts. That was Ethereum. Bitcoin now has the 13 EMA about to cross the 50. That is absolutely bearish. That is a horrible, horrible, horrible situation in terms of what I'm used to watching when I day trade, when I do all these other trades. When that 13 crosses, that is a powerful signal that we could be in for some more pain. Now, for those watching this one, what are you looking for, Mo? You had a new higher high here we go all the way back to August 31st. August 31st, yeah. Then we move up to September 26th, a new higher high, or a new higher low, I should say. I'm sorry. A new higher low, and now we have a new higher low in October. As long as we're not breaking, and I put this line here, 110.6, I'd feel all right. You don't want to confirm below that. Confirm below there. I'd say the major line, this is the one, and it's real close to that, and I'm going to make up my mind. There's a zone there between 109,000 to roughly 110,700. If we get in that zone, it's one thing. If we confirm below 109,000, I would de-risk my Bitcoin as well. So I have the lines, and I always think people should have an exit strategy when you're making money as well as losing money. Now I go to XRP, $2.37 a piece is my de-risking line. I confirm below 237, I am de-risking. We already had the 513 below the 50 EMA. The price kind of rallied up over the last few days and now is pulling back down. I am watching all this. There's a lot of money moving away from crypto right now to be pushing these prices like this. They're de-risking because you got China and the U.S. battling out for trade. You got the government shutdown. These are all adding to a lot of risk. I'm expecting a V-shaped recovery once all these things are settled. but it looks like they're going to drag out a lot longer than I think people, including myself, were expecting. You would hope that the dysfunction between parties would be solved and we'd have the government opening. We're waiting to see how that resolves itself. And then as that resolves, we'll see how the trade goes. And then as that resolves, I think you're going to have a setup for a beautiful run. The question is, how much lower can we go before we finally hit that ultimate low? Move over to Solana. I wanted to show you Solana. Solana looking okay. In terms of the price I have, 177 is my sell. If we confirm below 177, I have to de-risk. 13 and 5, both underneath the 50 EMA again. I'm looking for a reversal. We'll see if we can get it before we confirm below. You never know what's going to happen out there. But right now, as I said, the portfolio is hanging tough. I'm still up over $200,000, and I got the lines in the sand for everybody to know. No paywall here, but if you want to get into the Discord and follow along with everything I'm doing, this is it. Today's the last day. First link down below. $25 using code MOON, I should say, MOON. This is it for a few more hours. You can get in here. And of course, the best deal I have is click this button here. You get 20% off your annual membership. And that's going to save you a ton. That's going to be the best price you can possibly get moving forward. Go ahead and take advantage of that. Second link down below does get you over to the webinar. There's no cost for this. You can sign up. We got different times for that right there. And then the third link down below gets you over to Kraken. I've reached out to them. They gave my people who are watching my videos a very unique opportunity. Trade 100 and get 25 in XRP. What an offer. But you have to use the link down below, so make sure you take advantage of that. All right, folks, that's the update. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get out there and make some money.